I've got one. It's small. This is we have this bind filter concept. Oh, and bind filter concept on query views that I think no one has used because it's very obscure, and kind of same thing when we put it in Looker. I don't think barely anyone used it because it was very obscure. And then at Looker, immediately people asked for bind all filters because that's not obscure and is useful. So we did that. It's very hard to demo when you don't actually have something you really want to use it for. But so just very quickly, like I have this top products table, which just, it's the top 10 products. And then have, just something about the top 10 products here. And I've filtered this query that's joining it in by country, but if you notice, like, this number doesn't change, which maybe is useful for me, but often maybe is not. Like, I really want the top products now for people in the USA. So I go here and I do find all filters, and and then I forgot that I overwrote my sum field when I do that. Let me not do that again. And so the number changed. Hooray, because now top products is pushing the filter into it. You can see it down here in the SQL. So you can continue to filter. See the number change. So we'll just continue to push the filters in. So that's basically the whole demo, but it's useful for a variety of things that are not this. You'd have to really need to do something analytical, but there it is. Bind all filters.
So you need to know you need to go to the model to.
Yeah. There's no right now. There's no. It's not a UI based concept because you can't. When you're on this page where you're saving the query as view, it's not right. It's about what do I do when this comes from above? Yes. So we could add a toggle there, but it would also be almost, it would be pretty hard to explain.
So cool.
And could you conceivably nest this too? So multiple different query views that bind.
The query view binds to whatever is bringing it in. So yeah,
that's awesome.
So just to say clearly, you're pushing filters into subqueries, right?
Yeah. It's just the ability to push. We already had the ability to basically have a subquery say, I want to listen to the value of this one particular filter, but this is just now I want to just take all the filters from the thing that's bringing me in and apply them to myself. And Looker, this is only done, you can only do this for native drive tables that are built on the same source explorer as what's bringing in, but for us, because we can kind of be we can join anything, it just basically attempts to apply all the filters, and if they don't apply, it just doesn't filter. If it can't join the filter, it just doesn't apply the filter. And I think it'll probably just work for everyone most of the time, and if not, you have to figure out how to join the filter in. But
awesome.
I think what's interesting there is I would have just thought the filters would have worked on not knowing that they're a saved as a view or things like that. I would have expected the filter that I added to just work on that field.
Well, often that's why often it's hard to get a non-contrived demo because
I see.
Much of the time you have a subquery, you're joining it into something meaningful. So when you filter the base view, you are filtering the thing you're joining in effectively by.
Okay.
So it's for these
I see what you mean. It's the demo's hard to make it look.
Yeah, definitely for people who need it, they know they need it. It works great. They need it. But yes, often a lot of the time, effectively, you're filtering on the base view, and the base view is filtering in the thing you're joining. So you often don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah, this came up with one of my customers during the week, and they were doing like an aggregation in their query view. So they wanted to remove things from that aggregation sort of in that CTE before they joined it in. So this was the perfect use case. So yeah, big shout out Stephen for delivering this in like a couple of hours. I was impressed, and the customer was even more impressed that we basically delivered a feature that they wanted straight away. So yeah,
This,
thanks a million.
this was in a head-to-head with Looker, and they bought us explicitly because we've got better development speed. So, yeah, this is massive. Thank you, Stephen.